Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, depending from where you're watching us from. These are our faces. This is Oscar, your host, and with me, Alberto. And tonight, what is happening tonight's bronze final, France versus Poland in the eSailing Nations Cup. Alberto, how are you doing? How are you feeling? What's going to happen?
This one, I'm feeling great. I'm super excited for this race. This is the one of the last steps of the eSailing Nations Cup. We have a group stages. We have a knockout. We had a lot of races going on, and we are here at the moment of the truth. Tonight is France versus Poland, the final for the third and fourth position.
Exactly, and a bit of history between these two teams. They've met already in this year's eSailing Nations Cup during the group stages. They were both in Group B. First encounter between France and Poland ended in a 7-0 for France. We've seen Poland in the bronze final last year already against Japan, while France made it to the grand final last year. This time it is France and Poland for that bronze final, as the go has been given. No false start from any players. Good start by Antila. Aquila Alex 2891 is going to cover Zimusp, the Polish captain. And looking at the chat, I see Rafal 12, Go, Alex, Lorenzo Baguettes versus Beaver, and RG Tyler. Hopefully Vari and Ilka races this time. Antila Aquila attacking over Taigwen, or wanted to attack over Taigwen. Taigwen managed to stay on the same line. Alex 2891 is going to attack over Taigwen to going to sail underneath, and Alex is going to push Antila Aquila towards the left.
They are all really close. The November course is going to allow the team to fight in a long downwind in the next leg after the reaching part. And as you can see, we define two battles between the players. One is Antila versus Alex, and on the other side, we have Zimus versus Taigwen.
Exactly. Taigwen is now going to attack on the lane line. Zimusp is going to be a bit above. And let's ask the chat, those of you watching us, who do you think takes this first race? Currently, both the French have the advantage on the Polish being above them during the upwind, but then it's going to be reversed during the downwind. So it can still change. What are you guys thinking will happen during this race?
Let's explain better how does the 2v2 works. The team with the last position is going to lose. So it's important that you do not find yourself alone in a battle. It's important that you are working with the two as a team and focusing versus only one. Let's see who is going to do this.
As we see Taigwen and Alex approaching the mark, first Taigwen entered the zone in first place, going to attack within the zone. Alex is going to be able to round it without any issues, and both the French take the lead at the end of this upwind, but that means that they're going to be chased by the Polish during the downwind. It's going to be half a downwind, half an upwind, and then a long downwind until the end. So if this first downwind is not long enough for the Polish to overtake, the last one will be, so they can use this downwind to try to get closer and set up for the next downwind if they cannot overtake. A splits between the two. Taigwen's going to go straight to the mark. Alex is going to go towards the left until Aquila is going to chase Taigwen, while Zimus is staying on Alex.
And this is an interesting situation at the moment. Zimus and Alex on the left hand side. This one will advantage Antila Aquila that she could have a dominant position for the next upwind leg.
Yep, Taigwen is in front, but that means that Alex is between the two Polish, meaning that if Zimus doesn't overtake, he's going to be sandwiched between the two, so Antila Aquila is going to have control over him during the upwind, and Zimus is going to have control over him during the downwind. We'll see if he can get out of this situation, or if Taigwen is going to come back to helping out. But so far, the Polish are going to prepare to try to attack Alex and put him in last place. We see Taigwen slowing down and waiting at the mark.
Nice maneuver by Taigwen that scared a little bit Antilla Aquila and forced her to an early attack. Let's see at the moment what will be the tactic here from the Polish, because they're all really, really close and everything will happen in the last downwind.
Yep, it's more or less all of them on the same line. There's a 14 meters difference between the first and the last boat. We see the bell down by Attila and Kila on Alex, who wanted to try to pass behind all of them. And Taigwen is going to return the favor on Attila Kila, while Zimus currently has first place. But Taigwen will be able to put his wind shadow over him.
Strange situation here between Antilla Aquila and Alex.
Well read by Taigwen.
Yep. Antilla tried to force the penalty over Alex, but she didn't do it. But still, Zimus is ahead enough to create some damage.
Yes, and there's, Attila is only less than 40 meters behind Taigwen. Taigwen trying to be a bit too aggressive this time on Zimus, who's going to take the penalty himself.
And now Mark
Zimus Simon is now preparing for a mark trap. Slowed down, didn't put any penalties, is going to continue towards the left. Taigwen is going to go straight towards the finish, and Attila Aquila is going to try to stay over him. Alex following Zimon. Attila Aquila there actually switches. Oh, she's a bit between the two of them, and now focuses on Taigwen.
The game, the Virtual Regatta is a really, really fast, allow people for really, really quick decision. So even if you prepare all the tactic ahead, this kind of decision are in a fraction of a second. This is different from sailing, as normally races do not last only 6 minutes and will give you an advantage on quick reaction time and really, really smart decision that you need to be done in a fraction of the time they normally have.
While you were saying all that, both the French took a penalty from the Polish. I see Clem at BFC in the chat as well. Hope you're doing well. Hello to you too. But yes, Taigwen taking the penalty after Alex 2891 was recovering from his. That means that currently the Polish are in a 1-3 scenario. That is a winning combo, obviously, as Alberto said, as long as you don't have the 4. Well, if you have the 4, you're going to lose no matter what. But a 1-2 or a 2-3 is a winning combo. And Taigwen manages to slip in front of Zimus. Alex is going to take another penalty, and Zimon is going to take a penalty as well from Taigwen. So it's really very close between these 4 boats.
And we are only less than 200 meters from the finishing line. And the battle is still here. Will be a last second things that is going to change the result of this race.
As Attila Aquila takes the penalty this time, and I think if the French just focus on getting and crossing that finish line, it will be a French victory. Zimon taking first place, Taigwen and Alex taking second and third. Attila Aquila will take 4th place. So this is 5-all in terms of points. You just add 1-2-4 for the Polish and 2-3 for the French. But the fact that the Polish finished with the first place means that the point will go to France, meaning a 1-0 for France. After this first race, we're going to head over to the scoreboard.
Yep.
Give the point to France. And next warning signal starts at 12.
One of the most interesting things was the number of jibes done by Shimon was 27 jibes he did during the whole regatta. Think about a crew doing 27 jibes in 7 minutes of races. That is what does it mean? Yeah.
Clem BFC, how are you guys? Well, we're doing great. Excited to follow the rest of this match. First point goes to France, but I'm sure Poland will be able to retaliate soon. And Nikosh supporting his teammates. Well done, guys. he says in the chat. And so next up, Ilka in a 3v3 mixed race. So we're going to have Acer, the French co-captain or vice captain tonight. Pepito is going to take the role of the captain for this encounter against Poland. So vice captain Acer versus and Black Panther and Taigwen versus Antila Kila, Korba, and Avari. So who was it? Was it RG Tyler? We are going to see Vari in the Ilka tonight.
Yeah, I believe there is a lot of tactic behind the choice of the people sailing tonight.
Yep.
Vari is the captain of the Polish team. We saw Szymon Zimus as is the vice captain, but we didn't see any of the French captain and vice captain in the first race tonight. So really interesting one. What France want to achieve for tonight.
I think for sure choosing which team member is going to race when each of them have their own strengths and weaknesses is a whole strategy on its own to put the correct player at the correct moment. So yeah, definitely part of the strategy. And Menorca, hello all, hope you're doing well.
I want to reiterate that this one is a mixed 3v3 with the Ilka, where we have at least a male and a female in the team. We saw already the female player was Antila Aquila for Poland, and for France we have Black Panther. Aurélie. Natalia versus Aurélie.
The Black Panther that you've probably seen during the various offshore events. Very good player on the Vertrogata offshore now. Joining since a couple of years now, the French team on the inshore part. As the starting signal has been given, so we're going to switch over to the water. Look at the start of race number 2, less than a minute to go before they can cross the start line. Korba Vari, Antila Kila versus Acer Black Panther Taigwen. 1-0 for France so far. 9 races in total, so the first one to reach 5 points wins the bronze medal, and the other one will take 4th place. Only win Vari Power.
At the moment, we are 10 seconds to the start. The French are trying to find a spot nearby the race committee. Black Panther with a penalty, 5 seconds to the start. Let's see if it will be an all clear. No, it's not an all clear. Vari is out early.
Very early start by Vari. Taigwen is going to stick next to Korba. Black Panther is going to stick next to Vari, and Acer is going to stick next to Antila Aquila. Depending on how close, depending on how close Acer can be to Antila Aquila, she can provoke a penalty or not. But as soon as she is on starboard, Acer is going to have to give way to her. Which is what's happening with Taigwen and Korba over here. Taigwen is going to force Korba to stay with him or tack away by passing underneath him, and he's probably going to have to, well, he can't tack straight onto the right.
The problem with the captain, Christoph, with the bad start, and an issue with his tack. This one is putting the Polish team in a bad position for this race number 2.
Yep, in a 3v3, you're gonna want to focus on having the 1 and 2 or the 1 and 3. These are winning combinations. And so if you have 2 players in the top 3, you can have your 3rd player trying to slow down the rest of the fleet, as we see Taigwen and Korba over there fighting for a moment. Korba managed to get on the other side on starboard of Taigwen. And we have Black Panther approaching, but she's going to be too low to be able to force a tack on Korba.
It's interesting to see if there is a wind shift and who is benefiting from this. Azera
Ilka
being the
can go
fifth.
very fast in the downwind. Yeah, Azera is keeping control of Attila Kila. Corbett managed to round the mark first. Tygon tried to attack, but is going to take a penalty. Behind, Black Panther has just rounded the mark, followed by Azera. So we're going to have Korba, the only Polish in the top three, followed by the three Frenchmen, and Vari and Attila Kila are going to follow the rest of the French fleet. The Ilka can go very fast in the downwind, and the wind shadow is not as big as the stars, for example, so especially Taiguan quickly. He can put Korba into his wind shadow, and depending on how the puffs work. Yeah, so Acer, who is the last of the French, is not in any of the Polish wind shadows currently. Back to Taiguan. Going 0.8 knots faster than Korba currently. Earth Power, hello to you. Hope you're doing well.
It's a really difficult situation now for the Polish because Korba is their last hope. Anything happening to this player would be a game over for the Polish team. He can lose one position to Taiguan. Actually, I'm not saying that he is recommended, but he's allowing him to close the fleet. But he needs to stay in front for the last upwind leg.
Yeah, he needs to probably in a 1 or 2 spot to at least have some cover over the rest of the French. But he is in a difficult position, and Taiguan managed to push him sufficiently far away. He's going to be very close between Black Panther and Korba approaching the mark. Black Panther is going to take the penalties. That's well played by Korba. And Taiguan is going to attack Korba straight after and penalize him. That's going to allow Taiguan and Acer to take the lead, a 1 and 2 spot. Korba is the only one next to the French sailors. Vari actually gained some meters, got closer. So if he can continue to gain some meters, he can probably be close enough during that last downwind. It's going to be the... Actually, no, this is the end of the race. This is the last upwind.
Yep, this is the end of the race.
Yep.
Azir and Taiguan have, I'm not saying a comfortable lead, but they have a lead. At the moment is really drastic for the Polish team. 90% is a victory for the French team.
And I see Danny78 also showing some support for the Polish team. 9 races in total, so first to 5. So even if it looks like the French might take this race, a 2-0 lead is nothing.
We see France being under 4-1 with a lot of match points for the other team and coming back to it. So we can expect everything from this.
Exactly. That was a close cross between Korba and Black Panther. Vari coming in on starboard, but a bit too low. And he's going to be in a Sarah's wind shadow. He actually tries to sail away, but Taiguan is going to attack just above him.
This is a comfortable 6:15 for the French that are going to win race number 2.
Taiguan touching the committee boat, but it's going to be a 1-2-3 for the French. As you said, it would be hard to not get nervous. Well done, France, says RG Tyler. And Attila Akila, last one to cross the finish line. 1, 2, 3 for the French, 4, 5, 6 for the Polish. That makes it a 2-0 for France.
And this one is tough to come back to this one from this one. This one is a really strong victory from the French team, and the captain Azir show us the quality that he has. He is 2-time eSailing a Fleet World Champion. He won the Nations Cup last year. This year they didn't manage to reach the final. They had in the semi-final the same race that they did for the final last year, France versus Italy, and this time Italy won and go directly to the final, and France
It was a performance to remember by the Italian team during that semi-final against France. 7-2 win, if I remember correctly, for Italy.
Yeah, not something narrow.
Yeah.
Not a 5-4 kind of situation.
But next up, J70 4v4, Ser Pepito, Sasha Birel, Stéphane Gilzan on the French side, AKZ Kamrad, Pole 35, Port 2611, and Vari for the Polish side. In the J70 on the end course, November course, so a short upwind, long downwind, and a short upwind finish again, with 40 seconds to go before the start procedure can initiate.
I want to give a brief introduction to the J70. J70 is the most interesting boat for the team race. Is really versatile and allow you to do hoist kite, allow you to have a strong downwind cover, strong upwind cover. So let's see what's going to happen in this race.
Yep, this is the boat where players can express themselves the most. And a strong lineup on both teams. Start procedure has been given, so we're going to switch to the water look and watch the boats position themselves for the start.
Pink color for the fresh, national skin for the Polish tonight. And good luck to all the people racing.
Good luck to them indeed, they will need it. Currently France takes the lead, Poland can reply soon enough.
"32 seconds to the start. Both are getting closer to the committee boats. Penalty now for
eSailing. 8-1 is his bet. What do we think?
I do not see tonight the Polish in great shape, but we didn't see Jaidlo racing yet, so I'm not sure.
We did have some doubts about the French team after that semi-final. So far, however, it is the same kind of start as they did against the Polish during the group stages. So will the Polish learn from what happened during the group stages, or will the French be able to pick themselves back up after that semi-final? Shadwell is good, he can get points for Poland, so Swedish eSailing. A penalty on Pepito from the Polish captain, who is going to force Ser to tack.
And that's a really even start of this third match. Points are 18-18, so absolutely neutral. And let's see what they do here. Nice switch between Pole 35 and Vari. Let's see if they can do it again.
And we also
And
see
this is
one completely on the other side, next to Stéphane Gilzan. Dial down by Pepito on AKZ is going to slow down AKZ for 10 seconds.
right now Pepito though is in dirty wind, so yeah, he gave a penalty to Cyril, AKZ Kamrat, but yeah, it'll still be 7 and 8.
We see Stefan Gazan getting dangerously close to 42611, who is going to use that to put a 10-second slowdown on him. As the rest of the fleet are slowly approaching the mark zone, dialed down by pole 35 onto Sasha BRL. And we have two Polish in the lead.
Really close call for
Yeah.
pole 35.
It was slightly too low, so he almost ended up being head to wind and coming to a full stop. Good for him. He actually managed to round the mark without touching it or without being stopped completely by the wind. And now Acer is going to take on the captain, Vari, who puts his kite down. Behind pole 35 is going to be 42611, so we still have three Polish in the top four.
And this is always a winning combination. 1-2-5 or 1-3-4 is always a winning combo. So really good moment for Poland. This start of this long downwind. Penalty for AKZ Kamrad from Pepito in the back.
Yep. Vari's going to take some space away from Acer and pole 35. 42611 is going to stay next to Sasha BRL and Stefan Gazan on his starboard for 2611. Jibes to try to slow down Stefan Gazan even more, slowing him down by 2 knots compared to him.
This Pepito, I want to show you Pepito and AKZ Camarada on the left-hand side of the racing area. They are going on a really fast puff. They are flying at 13 knots while the rest of the fleet is struggling around 9 or 10. Really interesting choice over there, and probably a major comeback for both Pepito and AKZ.
Yeah, we see the speed difference as well between AKZ and Pepito, who has trapped Pepito in his wind shadow. But they are gaining some meters on the rest of the fleet. They were 7 and 8. They're now 5 and 6.
Really difficult to choose exactly what the wind is doing for this leg, and Sailor are struggling too. I believe pole 35 at 9 knots is struggling a lot, while the rest of the fleet is going already over 10. Battle between Vari and Azir. Azir get the leeward and lost.
Vari is going to focus on Pepito, who can avoid it. And there was a switch in position between Pepito and AKZ. 42611 now next to Stefan Gelzan. Pole 35 tried to sneak in into the mark. Acer is going to cover him. AKZ takes the penalty, and we are going to see likely a lot of changes as we approach this mark number 3. Acer with the penalty from pole 35. Nice defense by the Polish.
At the moment, a risky situation here for the Polish, for Vari, for the captain. Let's get a penalty from Azir.
Vari being slowed down by 10 seconds, going to continue to be pushed by Azir to slow down, and that allows all 4 French sailors to overtake Vari, but pole 35 is behind and penalizing 3 of the Frenchmen. 4 of the Frenchmen, no, Pepito wasn't in a penalty, but 3 out of 4 of the Frenchmen were penalized by pole 35 before himself being penalized by Pepito, managing to reshuffle the cards a bit.
I believe the French still came out victorious from this confrontation with a 1-2-3 situation. Even if it was done perfectly from pole 35, the French managed to still stay in front. There was a penalty done by touching the mark from pole 35, and that one cost almost everything.
Oh, was it a 31? I didn't see that.
Yeah. and there were a lot of penalties.
Sarah's going to attack over pole 35. I see RG Tyler in the chat. But before that, Swedish eSailing, doesn't matter if you have this combo, France got a Sarah, and that's the difference. Well, Sarah is a very strong sailor, but this is also team racing, so it shouldn't be... If the Polish play smart, they can definitely take on single Sarah. And RG Tyler, come on lads, need more fake jibes downwind. There is a bit of this as well that maybe can be missing in some races, where you try to bait the opponents into doing a maneuver to then take the advantage.
While I agree strongly with what you said, this is a team race event. Pole 35 did an amazing job. The problem is the rest of the team is still not warmed up enough. A lot of strange mistake has been made, and this is point number 3 for France.
Exactly. France finishing with a 1-2-3, followed by 4-5-6 for Poland. 4-2-6-1-1 is going to take 6. Sasha is going to take 7. Ale KZ is going to take 8. Was it risky not playing Scheidewar earlier? Time will tell.
This was a different approach that they did for the 2 races. Azir and Pepito, the 2 captains, focus on the first part of the race to bring it home as soon as they can, while the Polish were on the long run, let's say.
But it is 3-0 for France after this race. France starting to create a margin compared to Poland. We'll see if Poland can reply. Next up is going to be a 3v3 in the offshore racer, a Sarah Black Panther and Krigvilv on the French side, Antila Aquila, pole 35, and Scheidlofin on the Polish side. So first race for Scheidlofin, grand finalist in the eSailing World Championship. Let's see if he can bring that little extra spice to help out his teammates.
And he is repeating the nice performance of last year that brought him to the national, to the finish, to the final of the eSailing World Championship also this year. So Scheidlofin is definitely in the play that France needed to be afraid of. Let's see if he's true on this one.
50 seconds to go with the offshore racer. Very long boats, very narrow boats, bowsprits. It is longer than what they're used to with the other boats as well. Very maneuverable as well, and as you said, actually something that I rarely say but is true. I forgot how you mentioned it, but the fact that the boat kind of turns on its center.
Yeah. So the problem, the interesting part of the offshore is the position of the rudder and the keel that allow the stern to rotate a lot and is rotating around the center, while the other one have most of them have the rudder at the stern of the boat. This one have it closer to the keel.
So it's going to be different as the start procedure has been given. We're going to switch to water and watch that start for race number 4. Chris 1707, that's actually, you were just reminding me of something that I wanted to say earlier. Does each team get to see their opponent's lineup?
And they have to publish the definite lineup 1 hour before the start of the event. If the lineup is sent earlier than that, yes, they have the possibility to see. As you can understand, both of them send it. The French send it at 6:30, and the Polish send it 1 minute before the time of it. the
But
time
most of the
need.
team will actually wait as much as they can before sending the lineup, because obviously if you know what the other team is planning to do, you can shift your players accordingly. That wasn't the case for tonight, where I don't think in 1 minute they had the time to adapt their lineup to
Yeah, the
answer more
French did
efficiently.
not. The French did not, but the Polish had almost half an hour. I'm not sure though is worth to change some of the team composition to adapt to your opponent. You're ruining the chemistry that's happening between the sailors. So it's a risky move to adapt to the situation. In the meantime, Paul 35 in the lead. Antila Aquila is really, really close on the right hand side. She has the starboard right away. And Jade Lofin is in the back trying to slow down as much as possible the rest of the French team. Let's see if he can do it.
He did force Acer to attack away.
Crickville did an amazing job stopping Antila Aquila, but right now Jade Lofin is in second position.
With Poe 35 just above him. So the Polish have a pretty strong position within that mark zone. Antila Aquila is going to take another penalty, so Crickville does see that Poe 35 was waiting for him and decides to try to slow down a bit. In front, Black Panther is in a penalty. It's going to be Poe 35 in the lead, followed by Sarah, who's just brought his kite back up. Crickville in fourth place, Black Panther in third, just recovering from her penalty. Antila Aquila and Shai Lufin just behind. Poe 35 manages to put a penalty onto Acer. Crickville chasing Antila Aquila, but takes the penalty himself. Shai Lufin in sixth is going to use that fact that two of the French sailors were slowed down to actually come back into the middle of the fleet.
This is an interesting situation as Black Panther. Yes, she is being slowed down, but she is being helped by Crickville at the moment. Azir has the control over Pole 35, and Pole 35 maybe need to focus on Crickville, and let's see if the battle between Shadlofin and Azir will be the result of that.
See Black Panther kind of on the edge of the darker zone, going at 12.4 knots, 12.2 knots for Antila Aquila over there. Tom 28 and offshore boats are quite similar, says Anna. And this is perfect for France if Black Panther can escape. 3v3, yeah, you want that 1-2 or that 1-3?
Yeah.
So getting that
winning
first
combo
place is,
for the...
yeah, getting that first place is kind of important.
Especially because this one will be the end of the downwind leg and in the upwind until the finishing line. You do not have much time to recover from it. As you can see now, Antila Aquila needed to keep the second position, needed to go ahead over Azir and to slow him down as much as he can.
Aquila taking the penalty from Azir. Shai Lufin getting close, a bit too close, however, as he also is going to take a penalty in a 10-second slowdown, allowing Azir to take second place on the inside of the mark number 3. As he rounds it towards that reaching leg behind. We did see Crickville taking a penalty by Pole 35. Jibe in the mark zone for Pole 35. Crickville is going to follow a bit slower, more cautious, trying to avoid to take a penalty and be slowed down even further. Meanwhile, Black Panther has started her upwind.
This is a winning combo for the French. 1-2 always win, and in this upwind leg, they do not have the opportunity to come back from that situation. Antila lost the second position with a little bit of being naive of the position of Tristan Azir. and that's cost the point for the Polish and goes directly to the French.
It does look like an impossible task for the Polish to revert the situation here with the French having the 1-2. Tila Kila looks like is in a good place to get third place, but the win will go to France at the end of this race. And Swedish eSailing saying as Sarah brings it home for France, definitely putting the 2 penalties at the on Attila Kila and Scheidlo Finn just before that mark number 3 definitely secured their 1 and 2 spots.
The Polish are not racing as they normally do. They probably feel the pressure of the event, and that is costly for them. They're not performing at all.
So 1-2-6 for the French, 3-4-5 for the Poland will give another point to France, making it 4-0. And we're going to head over to, well, race number 5, which is going to be match point for France.
Yeah. Interesting is the number of penalties taken by the Polish. Antila Aquila, the one who have the most penalties, she received 8 penalties this match.
Quite a lot, and I do believe Offshore Racer actually is one of the boats where we see a lot of penalties in the Nations Cup, at least. This one, and I think the 5v5 F50 also has quite a lot of, no, actually not many penalties for the F50. Usually have penalties at the start, but then during the race, not that much.
Yeah. During the race, depend how conservative you're going to play, or if you're going to be aggressive, or if you have the need to be aggressive. The 5v5 is an interesting format. The combos are really, really different. They're closer to a 3v3 kind of situation. So if you have a good combo in the front, you're going to win. But also allow the players to do more calculus to understand who is ahead, who is not.
Looks like we might have a quick substitution for the French team, so we're going to start with the Polish team. Antila Kila, Korba, Por2611 Simus, and Vari on the Polish side, and then Acer Pepito, Black Panther, Stefan Gazan. Trapmoto was the initial line out, and I believe Trapmoto is going to be replaced by Taigwen. We're just confirming the changes, and then we can give the start. And yep, change has been confirmed, so it is not Trapmoto, but Taigwen Florian, who will be racing instead on the 5v5 F50. Can be quite a hectic race. Very fast boat with 10 skippers on. You're going to have to be very careful in how you position yourself, how you start, especially because a good start in the F50 makes the rest of the race a lot easier. Let's switch to the water. Witness the start.
This will be an interesting race here.
First 17-7, French using all their guns in this match. And Swedish eSailing, when is the final? So, when is the final grand final for the eSailing Nations Cup is tomorrow at 12 UTC, so that's 1 p.m. on Paris time, or CET, for those of you in Europe. It is going to be streamed on the same channels that you're currently watching this match on, so the Twitch channel of Virtual Regatta, the YouTube channel of Virtual Regatta, and the YouTube channel of World Sailing. Japan versus Italy is going to be a very interesting match to follow. And about the guns that the French are using in this match, is there a lot of changes compared to the Italian lineup? I don't have the impression, but it might be wrong.
From
So
France,
yeah. So we have one penalty.
Kowalski is missing.
Okay, yeah. But a very good start by the French.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Watch out for the friendly fire. Stéphane Gazan touching the mark. That is a déjà vu. I believe. No, it wasn't Stéphane Gazan. It was Brespar, I think, last year did the same thing. And
So we pass from a 1 to 4 situation for the French that is an absolutely strong winning combo to a situation that is a little bit riskier for the French, but a penalty on the vice captain Shimon is putting him back in place.
And he's going to have to dodge as well. His teammates coming in. Korba taking a penalty. Attila Kila taking a penalty. A lot of penalties on the Polish side. Swedish eSailing looking forward for the Japan versus Italy. Will be great to watch for sure. And I appreciate the compliment. So what can the Polish do to try to come back? And Attila Kila just put a penalty on Stéphane Gazan.
And they do the only things they can, that is splitting. So all the French on the left hand side, all the Polish are trying to push on the right hand side. Penalty of Taiguen Florian by boundary mark.
And a friendly fire between the Pepito and Black Panther. This is what the Polish can do. Try to provoke the French into some mistakes that could have been avoided. The going out of bounds, the friendly fire is going to allow the Polish to get a couple meters closer, with a Black Panther losing her 4th place to Attila Kila in 4.2611. Rounding the mark, and there is Simosm, was a bit too low, put a penalty on Attila Kila, but also on Black Panther, and took some time to round the mark. 4.2611, chasing down the top 3 French currently, Taiguen, Pepito, and Acer. Going at 45 knots, over 45 knots. Behind Zimus, trying to stay in the wind.
They're trying to fly at the downwind gate with less maneuver as possible to do not lose the speed. Let's see what the Polish sailor with a Portuguese boat doing for this race. 1, 2, 3 is always a winning combo, even 1, 2, 5. So even if you manage to give him a penalty, you need to put him at least 3 boats behind, and this is a really difficult task.
Yep, they did put 1 boat behind. The French had 4 in the 1, 2, 3, 4. They now only have 3. But this is the last upwind, and then it's just going to be half a downwind left into the reaching finish. So unless a major lack of paying attention happens on the French side, it's going to be very hard for the Polish to catch up.
Taiguen, Pepito, and Azir in the lead. Going to gate number 4, and then rounding the last downwind mark to go to the finishing line.
So looking at 4.2611, the closest to the French, and yeah, as you said, Taiguen and Pepito cruising towards the finish line. It's a reaching finish on port. Even it looks like Black Panther was struggling in the back. So was Stéphane Galzan.
And
Their
Florian
teammates
cut
confirmed the
in the
win.
first position. Second and third, Pepita Azier, and this is point number 5 for France.
42611 takes fourth. Zimus will take fifth. And Avari will take sixth over Black Panther. Maybe.
Maybe not.
Maybe not. Look at that jinx. And Stéphane Galzan crossing the finish line in last. Well, closing the finish line, not in last. So 1, 2, 3, 6, and 9 for the French. 4, 5, 7, 8 for the Polish. Will give the win for France in this bronze final, so they are officially third place in the eSailing Nations Cup 2025. Congratulations to them. Next race is starting soon. We'll continue with the remaining 4 races. Master jinx. Yeah, that was kind of a big jinx. I apologize. But yeah, we are continuing in this matchup. So race number 6A, 3v3 in the J70.
Yeah.
Alex, 2891 Kriegville Sacha BRL for the French, Pole 35 Shadowfin, and Zimusp for the Polish. On the M course, the Mike course. So it's going to be a long upwind reaching, short downwind reaching, short upwind reaching, and a long downwind in the J70 that we've already seen. We've already talked about this boat. And yeah, 42 seconds to go before the start signal can be given. So again, I want to reiterate that 5-0 currently. It's 9 races in total. So even if the Polish win the last 4 races, it is a French victory, meaning that the French have taken the bronze medal for this edition of the eSailing Nations Cup. We will see tomorrow who takes gold between Japan and Italy. Make sure you follow the channels and stay tuned to watch this match, because it is going to be a very interesting one. First time for the Japanese to reach the final.
Yeah, and Italy want to. This one is their third consecutive final. 1 win and 1 lost. So it will be interesting.
Apologies for that. Let's switch to the water. That's what I meant to say. "42 seconds to go before they can cross the starting line. Poland and France are great teams. Maybe France team is more familiar with the finals and more experience in team race," says Anna. There is, I would say, more experience on the French side because the early editions of the eSailing Nations Cup were knockouts completely, so the French haven't almost always ended up in the final or the bronze final, had played more matches than the Polish in the eSailing Nations Cup. So if you're just looking at that, then France had a slightly more experience than Poland.
Well, I agree on the experience. Today the Polish are not performing. They're doing strange mistakes and the pressure is getting on them. This is not the Polish we have seen so far during the rest of the eSailing World Champion, the eSailing Nations Cup. So this is not a technique issue that could give you. This is a mental issue. So the experience here from the French is really important. But also the French have a lot of new players. So On one side, I agree. On the other, a lot of young sailors from France are sailing tonight. So not all of them have the same experience or confidence with the finals.
True. Or you can say that by being young, they're a bit not aware of the repercussions. No, but for sure, you know, you can debate on for one or for the other. What we did see was not a very consistent French team throughout the eSailing Nations Cup. I'm referring to that loss against Italy,
Yeah.
where Italy just dominated the French. I mean, there's no other way to put it. And for the Polish, we do see them getting better every year. I think I'm going to agree with you in their performance was not to their best of their level, I think. But if you look historically, they're always getting better, like every Nations Cup. Like only like the first editions of the Nations Cup where I joined, Poland wasn't in the top 4 teams, but today they are.
No, I agree. Poland is getting better and better, but this is the Poland that we saw during the rest of the eSailing Nations Cup. 1, 2, 3 at the start, playing really as a team, playing really fast, in control of their opponent. And this is what the Polish used to show us during the last 2 months.
Yeah, we're saying all this, but so far they're winning this race.
Yeah, exactly. This is what they normally used to do. Finally, they're showing us this.
So yeah, 1, 2, 3 for the Polish as they approach Mark 1. It's going they're gonna get Simon and Po 35 in front, and Shidlo Finn is gonna slow down to try to slow down the French and give as much space as possible to his teammates. That's the strategy for a 3v3. If you have the top 3 spots, then sacrifice one player to slow down the rest to just ensure that the 1 and 2 spot are guaranteed, since this is a winning combo. Successfully penalizes Alex 2811, successfully penalizes Sasha Burel, and Kriegville doesn't need to take a penalty from Shidlo Finn as he touches the mark and has to round the mark again.
This is a really well executed mark trap. The French cannot do anything else that's getting a penalty and MB is slowing down.
35 and Simon are flying in front at 13 knots. Sasha Burel is going to pass very close in front of Shidlo Finn, and his teammate Alex 2811 is going to take the inside of the mark. Not sure if there was an overlap.
Impressive job by Shidlo Finn here.
Yep. Maybe he just needed 1 or 2 races of warm-up, so maybe putting him earlier would have been the play, but it's always easier to think in hindsight than it is to prepare for a game. And there's also a bit of friendly fire between Kriegville and Sasha Burel as Shidlo Finn continues to control Alex 2891.
Let's remember who were the opponent. Tristan put the strongest team in the first races. So he was counting on the 5-0, and he put the strongest team in the last 2. So probably he made an educated guess by giving race number 6 and 7 to the Polish.
So we'll see about race 7, but Alex 2891 finally manages to retaliate and puts a penalty on Shidlo Finn. Doesn't do much to catch up to Po 35 or Zimus in front. We still have quite a considerable lead over the rest of the fleets. And I see Float, who's 48789, saying baguettes. I didn't react to that. But yes, baguette indeed, Fortunite. And Anna saying yes, Poland and Sweden are getting better and better, and Germany too. Indeed,
Yeah,
indeed.
that's...
Well, looks like easy cruising for Simon and Paul 35. Look at the jinx. Alex 2891 is approaching Mark 6.
Yeah, that's an amazing jinx. So Gratian and Shimon are going to close the finishing line, while Bartosz Shidlofin is enjoying having fun behind to stop Alex and Sasha.
I see 7 knots for Alex, 8.9 for Paul 35 in front, 8.4 for Zibon. Kind of an empty, no wind leg for this finish. And we see the fight between Finn and Sasha BRL right in front of us.
Nice.
And a penalty for Sasha BRL given by Finn.
It's a nice dance here for the jibes.
And his teammate is going to try to help out, but takes the friendly fire. And it looks like Alex found some win finally. Now going at a bit less than 10.
Yeah.
So 1-2 for Poland. Alex takes third. Sasha will
9
take
12.
fourth, so 9 for Poland. And 12 for France, yes.
Yeah, amazing job done by Jedlofin. The penalties that he put on Sasha BRL are 7 during this race, so really, really well done on all the penalties that Shedlofin already they give to the opponent.
Well,
First point
answer,
for Poland.
Exactly. Answer of Poland taking the win in race number 6, so it's currently 5-1. Again, the outcome of the remaining races will not change who won the bronze medal. With 9 races in total, France have won more than half, so they are bronze in the eSailing Nations Cup. This is for the honor of Poland, trying to score as many points as they can with the remaining races. We're hoping for a 5-4, obviously, for them. But next up is a 4v4 in the offshore racer again, this time on the M course, so long upwind, half downwind, half upwind, and long downwind for the finish. On the Polish side, Korba, Marcino, Shidlofin, and Bari. On the French side, Alex 2891, Krivil, Sasha BRL, and it's going to be Black Panther subbing in for Tatmoto.
And we have all the sailors already in, and we are starting soon, right?
I forgot to put the countdown, but yep, in 30 seconds. So first race for Marcino tonight, I believe.
Yep, correct.
We'll see what he can do.
We have Alex, Sasha, Krik, Black Panther for For the French, Marcino, Vari, Scheidler, Finn, and Korba for the Polish.
Exactly, as the start procedure has been given, so we're going to switch to the water for race number 7. 3 more races to go in this matchup, including the one that we're currently watching. French still in pink, Polish still in red.
This is an interesting race we are having here. I believe Vari and Jaidlo are one of the best on the offshore boat. But Crickville is one of the oldest French sailor, if I'm not mistaken, as not age but experience in the game. So he's the one who know better the offshore boat. And let's see if he can use his knowledge to bring the French to the victory. 10 seconds to the start. Really aggressive on the port. On the...
Crickville out, Alex out. I believe there's a Polish boat as well. Korba was... Is Korba out?
No, it was just... didn't start properly. So great start for the Polish, I say. Finn, Vari in the lead, Marcino in third. I believe a good situation will be Marcino to go ahead and try to go as fast as possible, as is the new name in the Polish team, and Finn and Vari try to slow down the French. Penalty for Vari. Nice by Black Panther. This penalty put the Polish in a tricky situation. If I'm the Polish, I will try to single out one single player and hope for Finn and Marcino to get the lead.
See Alex 2891 with a penalty behind. Stands, but not giving way to boats on his starboard. Finn is starting to slow down as Crickville inches closer. Marcino has the inside, puts the penalty on Black Panther.
And penalty, yeah. This will be tough now for the Polish to keep the 1-2. The Sasha Bierel have the overlap. But he get the penalty, and Marcino is in the lead. Slow hoist by Finn. And penalty for Marcino. This is really a bad situation now for the Polish.
I think is going to come back on Marcino to try to slow him down even further. Sasha Bierel and Black Panther taking the lead on the right. Finn is still behind, trying to fight back, and does successfully by putting a penalty on Black Panthers and being slowed down by 10 seconds. He'll try to help out his teammates by trying to avoid friendly fire as much as he can. Penalties here on Black Panther and Vari behind. Marcino also in a penalty, if I saw correctly.
Yep. A lot of penalties right now. Alex in behind with Vari.
Friendly fire.
The real issue is that the Polish now lost the 1-2.
Exactly. So if the French have 1-2, they just need to stay away from 7-8s. So well, they still have a long downwind to go, so I'm not sure what their strategy will be. You can either continue to fight and push, or you can try to concentrate on the two French boats behind and make sure that they stay in 7-8.
I believe the best way to do it will be Marcino trying to push as much as he can, the rest of the team away.
Yeah, we see a
And
foul down by Kikil. That can actually be helpful for the Polish, actually, because if Sasha Birel is going to continue as it looks like it, and Kriegville, by dialing down and trying to slow down Marcino, actually got himself closer to the rest of the Polish fleet, and you have this long downwind coming up, so that second place is not as confirmed as it was a few seconds ago for the French. Lufin with a penalty, Kriegville with a penalty, Korba with a penalty. No, not Kriegville, Korba with a penalty. Alex 2891. So 2 Polish, 1 French.
difficult situation now for the Polish with a 4v3 kind of situation with the Sasha Birel with the first position.
Lufin is gonna make sure the Black Panther is slowed down. This is the last stretch towards the finish line. The French currently have 1, 2, 3. Korba is in the mix. He's coming on port. Attack over Alex 2891 to try to slow him down. Again with a 1 and 2. Sasha Birel is gonna go completely on the right over there. Gave up his space to Kriegville.
They're fighting against Alex K. They want to put him in the back. This is the only things they could do, but there's not a lot of room. But there is still a possibility to do that.
Still possible, indeed. They just need to put one of the French. Well, they need to put one of the French in 7th. Keep Black Panther in 8th. Korba is not. That's not Korba. That's Vari was trying to push Alex away, and
it will be an insane finish.
That will be a finish that we're not sure for who it is. It's a 1-3-6-8 for the French, so 4-10-18 for France. 6,
that
11,
is amazing.
18 for, is it 18-18? 18 all.
Yeah, it is 18-18.
So,
yeah.
18 all, but the fact that the French have the first place means that the point will be given to Poland.
You are.
Well done by Poland by reversing the situation, but this race is a point for Poland.
So 5-2. Seems Poland.
Poland are entering.
I told you, the French plan it correctly. They said that they're going to lose 2 matches. They did those calculus, and I believe we'll be finishing. Come on, let's jinx it. 7-2. And now 5v5 Ilka. This will be an interesting one. Korba, Marcino, AKZ, Kamrad, Jimus, Empor, 2611 for the Polish. For the French, we have Alex, Pepito, Kriegville, Sasha Bial, and Stefan Ganzan. 1 minute to the start.
Indeed, 5v5 in the Ilka. We could see a lot of penalties over here. The Ilka is a very fast boat, and the downwind has a very efficient wind shadow as well. So if the fleet is close to each other when they start their downwind legs, likely to see a lot of battles, a lot of penalties. Right now it is 5-2 for France, though, with 35 seconds to go before they can give the start for the start procedure. And I think we're missing one player.
One of the French, yeah.
Alex is in, Pepito is in, Kriegville.
Kriegville, basically. now missing also a Polish sailor.
Sorry for this.
We have
Just waiting for the players to come back in, and we'll continue on for that race number 8. Simon, but he needed to swap the livery. So yeah, in the M course on the Ilka, so as we said, the downwind is going to be decisive in this kind of boat. And with the M course, it finishes on the downwind, so we're going to see some fights until the very end. And the last meters are likely going to be the ones that decide the winning team. I wasn't expecting the kind of finish for the offshore racer, by the way. Usually the offshore racer, the end or the winning team is decided a bit before, but right now for that last race, it was decided at the finish line.
Yeah, that was really an interesting race. A race that brought a lot of excitement, especially because of the unknowing of what is going to happen. A lot of penalty were given at the last minute, and there was a major rework of the ranking. The French have a 1-2-3 situation, and now and at the end with the wrong penalty, they lost those advantages. We have all the sailors in, and we're waiting for the starting of the race.
Let me just make sure that the sailors are
in control.
Okay, no, saying that they're ready. See, you're ready from Zimus, but see, you're ready from Okay. Control the votes. I believe the start can be given. Oh yeah, in 2 minutes. 1 minute.
Okay. What we can say about the Ilka?
Ilka is a well, as I said just before, very nervous boats on the downwind, can go very fast on the downwind, so very slow on the upwind. The wind shadow isn't very long, but once you're trapped in it, it makes a big difference. So you want to stay close. If you're behind, you want to make sure that you stay close to your opponents. You can't really let them get away, because as soon as they hit a puff on the downwind, then they're flying away and there's no way for you to catch up.
I believe also, speaking about the teams, is the match of the vice captain. We have Jimus, Shimon in one side, we have Pepito team on the other, that are really keen to show off their capabilities for tonight.
Yep. And start procedure has been given, so let's switch to the water. With 55 seconds to go.
We have a lot of battles, especially nearby the race committee. We have people waiting carefully to find the right space to start. The boat is really fast. There are 22 knots at the moment. Boat is going easy at 13 knots, 14 knots when reaching. So the start is really important. The boat suffer a little bit the upwind part. but a reaching start so you can go as fast as you can, and then get the best speed at the start.
Yep.
Friendly
You gotta
fire
transfer
with
that momentum.
yeah.
So friendly fire somewhere that just recovered from the penalty. 3 seconds to go. One boat is going to try to start on port.
Stefan Gazan and Sasha Brun at the moment in penalty. I would say a good start for the Polish, but it's kind of even. They managed to put 3 sailors in the back, Alex Crickville and Sasha Brul, but Porto 611 at the moment is in the last position. Pepito, penalty on Corba. Pretty straightforward long tack on port side. Massive left wing shift with a right wing shift that is coming soon. And I believe the 2 sailors from the Polish are on the left hand side. Let's see if Alex can manage to give a penalty to the Polish, to AKZ here. He is laughing up, he is closing the gap. He wants to force it, but he stopped against the wind. It was really close.
The Oka is the type of boats where you will really see the roll tacks when they try to tack from port to starboard and vice versa, where they will go slightly slightly up lower to the wind to gain some speed and then tack back up. If you do the normal tack just going straight from one side to the other, you can be slowed down by quite a bit when you're reaching that head to wind point.
Yes, deeper you go, as faster you will recover from the next one, but you go to lose a lot of space, so
yep.
You need to find the right trade-off for that. And penalty for Crick on the left-hand side.
KZ in second.
I believe AKZ could be also on first position.
Yeah, I was about to say, he might take first. Well, he actually takes first now.
Yeah. Probably a penalty also for... No, it doesn't push. Ooh, he lost a position over Stefan Gazan and get a penalty. And now he's massively winning combo for French.
Yep, so what happened here between AKZ and Stefan Gazan? AKZ was coming in on starboard and Stefan Gazan was on port. AKZ did this, tried to dial down, decided that actually no. Stefan Gazan avoided it, and by doing so ended up being on the inside of the mark, overlapped with AKZ comrade, so AKZ had to give room to Stefan Gazan, which he did not, which is why he was given the penalty.
I have to say this one is a tactical masterpiece by the French. They concede the 2 races, not by far, so they do not lose massively from those. But on the other one, have an unbeatable team.
And a penalty on Marcino, a penalty on Zimus.
And Pepito and Stefan Gazan will be 1-2-3 with Sasha Brun.
So 5v5, we said it earlier, 1-2-5 is enough to win the race.
They have 1-2-3-5. Maybe a 1-2-3-4 now.
Yeah, KZ with another penalty. Sasha Brun got closer to try to put someone shut on camera. And so they have this short upwind, and then it's going to be the long downwind. So depending on how that long downwind starts, either the Polish are able to stick close to the French and we can have it revert, like we had with the offshore racer at the end, or there is a big puff and the French use that to stay away from any kind of wind shadow given by the Polish, and there's no way for the Polish to catch up. But we'll see which one of these two scenarios unfolds. Currently, the French have a 1, 2, 3, 4.
This would be an easy victory, because even if the fourth here stay behind to try to stop the rest of the fleet, they will still have a strong winning count.
KZ is still the closest to the French, followed by Simos. There's also going to be a thing to make sure for the Polish is to not slow each other down. If they start slowing each other down, there's just not going to be able to catch up to the French. Alex 2891 could maybe be on KZ's wind shadow, but looks like he has a straight line to the finish.
Impressive job here by the French, 18 points over a total of 55. Yes, really impressive one.
As we now see the battle between Kriegville and Zimusp. Kriegville is going to push Zimusp away, Chaib, and confirm 7th place for France.
So 17.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 for France, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10 for Poland. This is a French point.
1738.
Nice.
A lot of penalties got by Port 2611. 7 penalties for this race, and those are the kind of penalties that are hurting the confidence of the team.
There was a lot of wind as well during that race, 23 knots, Pito found at some point. But we're going to switch to the scoreboard, give the point to France, and prepare for the last race of the night, starting at 29. So 1 minute and 8 seconds when I read that. Last race is going to be a 3v3 in the F50, Pepito, Stéphane Gelzin, and is it Taiguan subbing in for Taiguan on the French side, and then Pole 35, Port 2611, and Shiloh Finn for the Polish side. And in the 3v3 F50.
We are missing Pepito, the vice captain, and after that, we are ready to go. This will be a really fast race. We will expect around 5 minutes and a half, 6 minutes. The F50 is really fast, over 40 knots pretty easily. And let's see what is going to happen. 5, 4, and go.
Yep, F50, as you said, the start is the most important part. Makes it very much easier for the rest of the race. With the F50, you don't have the classic wind shadows like we had for the other boats. The F50 is a foiling boat going faster than the wind, meaning that the wind shadow is always behind, meaning that if you're trying to catch up on a downwind, the other boats usually give the advantage to the boats behind because you can slow down the boat in front. So that's not the case with the F50. The boat in front will actually slow down the boat behind, which is why getting the lead earlier on makes your race a lot easier. We're going to switch to the water as the start procedure has been given. 40 seconds to go. And we're on 6-2.
We already saw a couple of penalties. I would put myself on Jaidlo. or Pepito.
You said Shiloh first. We're gonna switch to. We're gonna stay on Shiloh. We're gonna put the pressure on him. What's a
And
penalty
Pepito
on
with a
Pepito?
penalty.
A late start by Shiloh. Crossing at 3 seconds after the go. Stefan Gelzin is on the inside of pole 35. But they have two Polish in front.
Ooh, nice penalty this one.
And pole 35 is going to take the lead. Pepito will swap for Stefan Gelzin. But a good start by the Polish.
A 1-2 is a strong combo here. Or also a 1-3.
Yep, we're back in a 3v3 scenario, so 1-2, 1-3 winning combo.
But mostly, if you have the first, you just need to be careful to not have the last. Jedlofin is in front of Stefan Gazan, is not going to miss that. And port 2611 is actually going undisturbed. I was thinking of something from Pepito, but port 35 is keeping the first position.
Yeah, maybe Pepito thought it was not the moment, wanted to gain a bit more meters, take the lead. And maybe thought that if he did a dial down, he would lose some meters with a good chance of missing. Not sure.
And this is a strange wind shift that port 2611 have. It's a massive right wind shift, but is really, really localized. And seems Pepito got the first position now.
I think he might still lose it to. No, he's going to take it to pole 35. He's going to be able to attack in front.
The interesting
really
question
front,
is the
but,
next one.
Yeah. A very wavy wind.
He's going. Pole 35 is going to accelerate faster and deeper. As you can see, Pepito needed to laugh up a lot to reach the same speed of pole 35, and is a neck and neck between the two sailors here. In the back, Stefan Gazan and Shadowfin in penalty. Pole 35 here being attacked by Pepito. Let's see what's going to happen with the jibe. Really, really close, and
very
Pepito
close, yeah.
get the first.
And there's some dancing between the two boats. Port 2611 is coming in close as well. It's basically up to Pepito to try to slow down the Polish to allow his teammates to catch up.
But Jadofin is doing the exact same thing.
Yep.
Seems Pepito is losing some meter over port 35. Let's see if with the next cross he can keep the first position, or will be really, really much trouble for the French.
Fake dialed on by pole 35, who's actually just going to tack over Pepito. We'll see if he can manage to overtake. Stefan Gazan takes the penalty behind. But I think pole 35... he is going slightly faster than Pepito. He actually managed to put the wind shadow like he initially wanted to.
Yeah. Done perfectly by the Polish here.
Yep.
No need to slow him down. You put yourself at risk. Just need to keep the first and go to the finishing line now.
So he's going to attack again with the F50. The F50 has a slow attack in the sense that to come back to your initial speed is going to take some time when you attack.
Yeah. Pole 35 keep the position over Pepito. He wanted to give him a penalty, but he get one.
Ends up taking it himself, and that's going to be a double penalty for the Polish. As Pepito claims back his first place, Stefan Gazan struggling over there to try to reach that mark, but manages to. Taigwen touching the mark. Shadowfin is going to go towards Stefan Gazan, who is going to jibe, double jibe, triple jibe.
They managed to put him from
So
a
whoever
1-2
puts
to
the
1-5.
whoever puts a penalty on someone, I think wins the race.
Not really. Shadowfin gets
Shadowfin gets the first. Stefan
And this is
Gazan
a
takes the
victory for-
second, and I believe the Polish are actually going to take 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Well played by the Polish. Well played by Shadowfin. Was pole 35, right? He was battling with Pepito the whole race.
Yeah. He did really, really well to stop him. But then Shadowfin going around him, that was the magic that brought the third point for the Polish for a final of 6-3. Stefan Gazan with the 7 penalties was difficult for him. Amazing start by pole 35, the quickest as the start at 3 decimal of a second after the goal. Really, really impressive.
Yep, and we're going to switch back to the scoreboard. Give the point to Poland. We're ending on a 6-3 for France. Well done to France for winning the bronze medal. Well done to Poland for the fight. Unfortunately, the 3 points came a bit late, but they showed us that they are capable of fighting against the French. So we'll definitely see more of them in the future editions of the eSailing Nations Cup. It's going to be time for us to wrap it up. So quickly to mention the upcoming matches, we have the grand final of the eSailing Nations Cup happening tomorrow at 12 UTC. Japan versus Italy. First time we see Japan in the grand final, not the first time we'll see Italy. But the Japanese will be fighting to get their gold medal for the first time ever, for sure. And then Italy obviously want to claim their title back, having winning it 2 years ago against France. So yeah, congratulations to France, congratulations to Poland. France is the third. We'll see tomorrow who wins the first, who wins the second. This has been Oscar, your host, and with me, Alberto. Quick shout out to Giovanni as well in the background doing the instructions and starting the races. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you all tomorrow. Japan versus Poland at 12 UTC. Bye.
Have a good night. Bye.